Lone Stranger here. Take on the Grafton Loop again. Been here many times. Never taken really good video up here though, so thought I'd document this trip. Scoot parked at the south lot. We go counterclockwise. I've gone the other direction all the way around. Figured I'd try this one all the way around. It's always tough getting to the first water spot either way. We'll get away from the road, get up the mountain. Puzzle Mountain. See if we can solve it. For me, the puzzle has always been how to get back down. It doesn't matter which way I go. I can never find the trail down. But it's up. We'll show you some views once we get up top. It's just trees for a while, but there's some pretty spots up here at the top of Puzzle. And then we're in the trees again until East Baldpate tomorrow. See how the weather holds out. It's like some rain on day 3 maybe. So spec might be a washout. Beautiful day for it though. The weather is cooled down, humidity's down. Should be really nice up top. I'll see you there. Yeah, I've been climbing for about an hour and a half now. Not real steeply up, but steadily up, and then sometimes steeply up. Almost getting up to the ledges now. Starting to get some views through the trees. I don't think those will show up on the camera very well. Oh, look at that. I don't know if you can see that, but it's beautiful. We'll walk over there tomorrow. We'll walk over there the next day. Today, got this beautiful little trail. This is heavily traveled by day hikers. Once we get over the peak, I imagine it'll be a lot more overgrown. But this sees people pretty much every day of the year. Oh, there's a view. That might even show up on the camera. So we've climbed a little bit from the road down there. We still got a ways to go though to get to the top. It's about 3.5 miles, I think, from the road. But it's not about distance. There's some fair amount of elevation. 3,000 feet. Beautiful day for it though. Popped out on the first of the big ledges. It's a series of these slabs your way up to the peak. Every once in a while you pop out, you got beautiful views. It's a gorgeous day for it. We'll see how the weather holds up. Maybe some rain for the last half of it. I'm hearing some logging going on down there. Don't know what we'll find when we cross their logging road. We'll go down the mountain, up along mountain, camp out there tonight, go over the Baldpates tomorrow, camp on the AT at the shelter. Friday there may be rain. We'll go over Spec early in the day, try to avoid the thunderstorms, camp on the backside. Saturday we got a long hike out, about 13 miles. But there's a cheeseburger down the road, maybe some barbecue, so I'll be motivated. I'm motivated to get up to the top now. I saved a sandwich for lunch at the peak, and it's past lunchtime now, I think, or close to it anyway. Not too far from here, though. I stopped here to catch my breath after the last pitch, and then I noticed these babies. That was a sweet one. I won't take them all. I'll leave some for the bears and leave some for the next people. On. Oh, those are fantastic. Yeah, there's a view, but really, there's blueberries. What the heck? I love working my way up these slabs. It's still hard, but the footing is so sure. Come down this thing in the rain one time, and I wasn't sure of anything. It was really scary. There's some pretty steep pitches in spots. I probably won't have the camera out for those. Oh, look at that. A little forest to walk through. And then some more slabs. Alright, camera away. I need my poles. My legs can't do all this work by themselves. Tomorrow we'll go down some really big slabs. These are little tiny ones compared to that. The other side of East Baldpate. It's just a big rock. Yeah, we're going to the trees now. Enjoy the view while we can. Well, we're somewhere near the top of Long Mountain, aptly named. I've been climbing this for quite a while now. It's kind of a pointless climb, but this is where the trail goes. I think we're getting ready to go down now. I hope we're going down, because we're going down. Hate to give up elevation, go back up. A few more miles. Hopefully there's water at Town Corner. We'll see. Sunrise at the Town Corner campsite. Had neighbors last night. Don't think I've ever camped with anybody on one of the backcountry sites before. They were in their tent sleeping when I got here. They got up and left early. Neat little spot when it's got water. It had water this year. Last year it didn't have water, so I had to keep going. A little rain last night. A few showers passed through. It's like another beautiful day today. We'll climb on top of the mountain and dry out in the sunshine for a while. It was pretty sweaty when I got here after that climb up Long Mountain. Didn't have time to dry out before it started raining. Thankfully I got the tarp up though. Well, I'll turn off the camera before I get dressed because I'll be making squeaking noises with those wet clothes. You don't want to hear that. Nobody wants to hear a grown man cry. We'll see you on top of the mountain. This is where the old Knoll campsite used to be. They closed this one down. Not sure if it wasn't being used or if it was being abused. It was up there on the hill somewhere, on the knoll, I guess. Get about 5 miles to the top of the mountain. Look forward to getting up there and drying out my underwear. Beautiful section here though. I really like this part. It's very flat. It's a little bit of rolling hills. Lovely water to listen to. About 1.5 miles we'll come up on a lane campsite. It's on the White Brook. That's even bigger. Good swimming holes, they say. Working my way up Lightning Ledge here. Stop to take in the views. Bit of a climb. Then we'll go down a little bit and then we'll climb the backside of East Baldpate. Beautiful morning. I think weather's coming tonight though. Well, I've made it up to the East Baldpate side. Got some water when I crossed the stream. Won't go down to the campsite. They say 2.1 to the top of the mountain now. Came across this tarp, maybe? I don't know. It's too big for me to carry out. I don't know what to think. Maybe a tent? I guess somebody decided they didn't need it after they carried it out here. I don't like people like that. Carry it in, carry it out. Still a pretty darn nice morning. A couple of miles straight up. And then it'll be lunchtime. Cheese and sausage on top of the mountain. Who could ask for more? Now we know we're getting close. Look at the ladders. I passed by a hiker. He was going fast. Or else I'm going really slow. Alright. Yeah, it's a lot easier with steps. Not too much farther now. Look, there's a view. You don't see that going uphill. Oh, we're definitely up there now. Still a little more mountain above us. This is, I think, the last good view out this way. Let's just see where we came from. And a lot more. Peaceful up here today, other than people. Sometimes it's really windy up here. I've sweated my butt off climbing the mountain and then froze my butt off trying to race down because it was cold. This is just right. Here's our other climb, West Baldpate. That's pretty gentle. They go down the giant slabs first, but hard part of the day is over. It's still a climb, but relative to this one, nothing. Follow some white blazes for a while. We're about halfway down the slabs. It's not bad when it's dry. It's a little scary when it's wet. You should see Sunday River peeking out over there. A lot of miles between here and there. Looks close. The trail doesn't go there. It goes over that way. Then it goes way over there. Yeah, now we got a hiker for scale. Well, we've left forward in time a bit. It's morning of day 3. Got into the Baldpate shelter. And there's a lot of AT hikers there. Didn't want to do any filming around them. Give them their privacy. It's a good night. A lot of older folks. I didn't feel too old. Some were even older than me. Had some rain. It's better now, but it's very wet. I don't know if I could take this step without my poles. But yeah, gonna go down the notch and then see if we can get up on Old Spec. I have a habit of hitching a ride back to my scoot when I get to the highway, so we're going to see if we can avoid that today. It is wet and slippery. I'm sure I could manufacture an excuse if I wanted to, but we'll see. You can just get across the highway. The rest of the hike is easy. It's just another 20 miles or so. Not today. Today and tomorrow. But yeah, it's too slippery for the camera. I'm gonna have to put this away so I can use 2 poles and focus. I was just thanking the Lord for not breaking my femur earlier. I shouldn't push my luck. But when it's safer and prettier, we'll bring it out again. Where's the mountain? How am I supposed to climb that mountain? I can't see it. I just have to take it on faith that it's up there. Looks like it might be a little wet. But it'll be cool. Good fun. Well, this is a wet climb. Everything's wet. I'm in the cloud. It's getting a little sweaty. So I thought I'd stop and enjoy this beautiful waterfall. Miles to go before I sleep. Yeah, it's wet. I'm wet. I'm getting wetter. Up in the cloud. Still a long ways to go, but a little breeze, making some progress. I've been on this trail many times, so I know right where I am. There's no line about how much farther I have to go, but that's probably just as well. I don't want to get any false hope on a day like this. It's going to be a long, wet slog to the top. But the flow of the water is looking pretty low in these spots. A little concerned about what I'll find on the other side of the mountain for drinking. I was thinking about going to Slide, but I might have to stop at Bull Run. I know there'll be water there. Slide? Maybe. Maybe I'll get lucky and run into somebody coming from that direction, but it's pretty doubtful. It's pretty much AT hikers all the way down. Thinking maybe I'll go this way. It certainly looks inviting, doesn't it? Well, we got a little break in the weather. A little blue sky. I'm on the full summit before you get over this speck. A little bit farther to go. You drop down and then climb up that arm. But it was lunchtime. It was after lunchtime, I guess. And then off we go. Well, once I get dressed, stop to dry out a bit. Not too much farther, although it looks intimidating from here. I think we've reached the final false summit. Now we can actually start to climb up to the top. I'm tired of climbing, but I'll be happy to start the final climb. Guess there won't be any views. Pardon the heavy breathing. Almost to the top. Wasn't sure if the views are gonna last. Figured I better get some proof that I was up here. Yeah, I don't know what the clouds are gonna do. Take what we get. As feared, the views are gone. All this work for nothing. Oh, no, I had to climb over this mountain anyway. Now I've got an excuse not to climb the fire tower, so that's always good. Can't stay long anyway, running low on water. That climb was a lot sweatier than I was expecting. I should have brought more with me. But it's downhill from here, that'll help. That away. So I'm cruising down the backside of Old Speck, and I'm thinking to myself how much I enjoy this trail. And I realize I don't think I've ever gone down this way. I have been through here many times, but always coming up. Until I completed the loop, I always tried to do it in the other direction. When I tried to come back and do it in this direction, it was really, really hot. And I got to the highway and I hitched a ride back to the scoot because really, what else could you do? But yeah, usually I'm climbing up from Bull Run in the morning, and this trail is really gentle compared to the whole rest of the loop. There's some switchbacks, some pine needle floors. It kind of spoils you for the rest of the hike. I don't know, we'll see what the rest of this side is like going in this direction. I'm hoping it's gonna be good. Gonna have to camp at Bull Run. I was gonna camp at Slide, but I ran into some ladies who camped on the other side last night over here, and they said Slide was bone dry. I know it rained last night, but I can't take a chance on there being no water, because I know there won't be any water at Sergeant Brook, so I need to have enough when I leave in the morning to make it most of the way out. Alright, this feels like the Grafton Loop. Wait till I get to those switchbacks. I'll show you the switchbacks. There, this part seems safer. We'll see. It's still slippery as all heck. It's a lot of rain last night. But I passed through that rocky section anyway. I need to use my poles there. Almost fell down. But yeah, even going up this trail is just a joy to walk on. You don't get much of this in Maine. Most of it's brutal. But it certainly goes a lot faster coming down the mountain than going up. Although this trail needs some pruning. It's been hard to see my feet in a lot of places. Which isn't good on a trail like this. This is a good spot. I didn't take out the camera in the bad spot. I was trying to get a picture of this mountain, but there's too many trees in my way. But you can see, if you can see any of that, that we've dropped down quite dramatically. And there's more down to go. Little blue sky. Well, this campsite I can show you. There's nobody here but me. Which is usually how this trip goes for me. I'm spending a lot of time with other people. Not much to see. It's trees. There's a couple of tent platforms, a privy, and a bear box. But it is consistent water. I didn't want to take a chance on there not being water at Slide. Another mile down the road, closer to a cheeseburger for tomorrow, but still, I'd rather have water tonight. I was pretty thirsty when I got here. I should have taken more up the hill. I didn't realize I was going to get so sweaty, despite the fact that it wasn't a very warm day. It was really humid. I was drenched. But yeah, peaceful third night. Climb Sunday River tomorrow morning. Hopefully get some views. Don't know. The clouds will stay away. But yeah. Been a good trip. We'll see the rest of it tomorrow and then go get that cheeseburger. That's what it's all about. Well, no, it's about hiking, but then it's about a cheeseburger. Alright, it's time for me to get ready for bed. Well, the plan had been to get an early start this morning, but about 5 o'clock it started pouring. It was so much rain that I couldn't hear the thunder. I could see the lightning, but the tarp was so loud I couldn't hear the thunder. I dreamed about dry underwear. But ain't nothing gonna be dry today. Clothes are soaked. I'm gonna be soaked. Doesn't sound like the sun's coming out either. Tough last day, but at least it's the last. Coming up with a plan. I don't think there is a plan. It's just get wet and go. But do what you can. Deal with what you got. That way when I get home I can say it was a great trip. Right? It's beautiful now. But boy, was it wet. And I know that brush is pretty thick on this side, so it's going to be a wet hike, even if it dries a little. No sense in putting on dry clothes, if I had any. I don't. Oh well, let's see what the day brings. Yeah, that 2-hour downpour kicked this up a notch. Good thing it didn't rain all night. I might be trapped. No, I think I could swim this one. Boy, it's wet and slippery though. It's gonna be dangerous out here. Wish me luck. Well, I don't know how bad this picture is because everything's wet, including the camera. Climbing didn't help. I think I added some moisture. Just about to break the tree line. Not too many views. Slide is there, and then Speck. Over there you have the Bald Pates. As long as I can see the mountain I'm on. Hopefully these bog boards aren't too wet. To preserve the alpine plants, they've got bog boards most of the way over the top of the mountain. Well, at least I'm coming out of the trees. Maybe there'll be a breeze. Could use something to help dry this body off. It's pretty wet. Well, we got a view down. You can see the highway down there. Boy, it's had a long ways down. And you can kind of make out the top of the mountain. I think that's pretty much the end of the trees there. Getting closer. Trees, they don't grow so well up here. Pretty windy in the winter. I was hoping we'd see some sunshine up there, but these clouds are hanging on. Oh well. Maybe we'll find a spot for some cheese and sausage anyway. Onward. Well, I think I'm on top of the mountain. I can't see any more mountain. But there could just as easily be another pitch hiding in there. I don't know. I haven't climbed up from this side. But I think this is the top. I see the walkway out to the viewpoint. But yeah, mostly I see clouds. Good to be on top though. I hate climbing when I'm this wet. There's just no place for the sweat to go. Well, maybe I'll see about having a snack while I'm up here. I guess then I got a long, slippery climb down. I think we're finally done climbing. Passed over Bald Mountain, which isn't too bald, too much of a mountain. And I'm thinking I should swing around and hit the staircases down pretty soon. But I've been thinking that for a while because I'm ready to go. I've heard tales there's cheeseburgers out there in the world. As long as I don't slip and break my neck, I get to have one. Little detour. And we're back on trail. Well, I made it down that slippery mountain without breaking my neck. There were a few swear words along the way. And a few thank you Jesuses. But down onto the snowmobile trail now. I know I don't have far to go. I'll be out on the highway, quarter mile back to the parking lot. See if the scoot is still there. Got some dry pants there I'm hoping to wear. It's been a pretty good trip despite the challenges. I don't think I've ever come through this loop feeling as good as I do right now. Although I'm awful wet and stinky. But thanks to the wool, I'm not that stinky. But still, very wet. Good times though. And I got it out of the way for the year, so it's not looming over my head. You hate to have all that pressure. It's a good trip. I'll do it again. But not today. I've had enough for one.